Baby, she don't care. You outside and it's summer, so most times I do not. Girl, why you got so many? Probably not how you say it. The flower one will be coming out soon too. Cause why are you on this porch? Come on, come on, let's go. We're gonna go together, not on the porch. Oh God, hold on. Come on. No, not the porch, please. It's already messy enough without you. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. I came outside getting ready to record and she was on the porch. No ma'am. So, what are we doing today? Planting potatoes. We are late. We should have planted potatoes at the end of July. It is August the 3rd, I think. So, oh, listen, baby, she don't care. All right, well, let's just go. Come on with me. Come on, let's go. Somebody told me the other day, they said, I think it's the feed in your hand. That's what they said on Facebook. I said, nope, she does it without feed. Come on, girl. Anyway, we are planting potatoes today. Oh, also, I got this green stalk moved over here. So now we have all purple, well, blackberry. See, there she go. She follows without food. So anyway, blackberry, raspberry, blackberry, and then raspberry. So I love that. You know what I don't have is any greenhouse being put up. I'm gonna have to call my sister boyfriend. I repeat, I do not have the motivation without somebody else to do that by myself. So I'm gonna call him probably, I don't know, this weekend or whatever and get that up. Oh, by the way, long sleeve, I was out here earlier today with no standing water because I know before every time I said something about mosquitoes, somebody would say something about the standing water over there. With no standing water, the mosquitoes are absolutely awful this morning. Now, it did rain yesterday and probably the day before, but there isn't like standing water anywhere, but they everywhere. I got on long pants and, well, that would just be pants, right? I have on pants and a long sleeve shirt because it is way too many mosquitoes out here. I don't want to get bit by mosquitoes. Y'all want to see an update on the seedlings real quick before we get started? They're looking absolutely amazing. All of these look like the ones that I up potted the other day when we did the leggy seedling thing. So these are the Katarina cabbages, looking really good. Green magic broccoli, looking really good. More green magic broccoli. Some kale, so this is red Russian, and some dazzling blue. We lost some right here, and I don't know if it was one or two, but we lost some right here. Oh, and right here. So remember when I said don't keep it too moist? It's been raining and they've been out in this rain. So I'm sure that's what happened with a few of these. So they're looking really good. Been outside, uncovered for now. Don't know how long that's gonna last. Then over here you got you some kale, and see this already getting some bite marks in it, so we probably need to figure that out. You got your collards right here, some kale and some collards, and then you got some more broccoli going on right there. So, well, I think that's broccoli and kale. Y'all, I think that I'm going to start pulling stuff out very soon. Oh, also, pretty sure we're gonna go ahead and replace the block beds with something a little bit taller. When I take the blocks out, it's gonna free up space. And the beds that I'm looking at are the hose link beds. Like, I already have one back here. I think it would match. It has a size that pretty much fits what they already are. They are 4x7 now. They have a 3.5 by 6.5. So that would also make a little more room. I think it would help with the walkway. So we probably are going to do that. I just need to make the purchase. I was looking and I was like, I think that's what I'm going to do. We already have a hose link back here. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. But right now, we're about to plant some potatoes out. And we also more than likely going to do the carrots. We are doing everything in green stalks today because the main garden is still just really producing. I never was gonna put potatoes in the bags. If you remember, I want my middle aisle to be clear for fall. I just want to be able to move about my garden in the fall. Hey girl, she is just, girl, under my foot. She's right here, right by my feet again. And now she inside of the greenhouse getting ready to tear up in there. I just, at this point, have decided that, like, I'm not gonna worry about it. So this green stalk right here is gonna have our potatoes. I'm also going to try to use Sorry about the lighting, y'all. Earlier today, I was like, I'm going in the house. It's too many mosquitoes, blah, 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 blah. Then I brought myself back to reality and I was like, you outside and it's summer. So we back outside. But sorry about the lighting. That's what I was about to say. So we are going to quickly drop some amendments in here, and I'm just going to use my Espoma garden tone and some rabbit manure, which I need to go get that out of the house. And then we're gonna plant these potatoes in here. Now these are potatoes from spring, so they have like really long shoots. It's okay, we're gonna plant them anyway. I had taken some of my potatoes from my harvest out, hoping that they would sprout, but they didn't, just because I don't prefer them to be this long. But we're gonna go ahead and use them because it's what we have. So this one is going to be a potato green stalk. Let me go get the rabbit manure and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and got the rabbit manure. The other thing I want to try now, because my green stalks have space, is I want to try using the larger supports for these potatoes. So when I grew the potatoes in the spring, they were kind of all over the place as they started to die back. So what I want to do is attempt to use the larger supports. And if you have seen, I haven't posted this yet in my community section, but a lot of people have already posted. Greenstock is having a flash sale for the supports. So we all know I like the shorter supports that you can push down into the Greenstock. I'll show y'all if I can find one. Oh my goodness, I can't get in this bag, y'all. I love those. I have not really used these before because my green stalks were very close together, but since I have moved them recently, I should be able to use these now. And girl, I've had these for a while. The green stalk sent them over to me a while ago, and I'm trying to keep the bag, but I might end up having to cut it somewhere along the line. I think I got a knot in it. Hold on, y'all, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This goes around the green stalk and it can hold your plants up. So I want to try these. They're having that sale today. I'm gonna order enough to do all the levels on here, but I already had some. But that's what it does right there. And so that's what I want to try to do to hold my potatoes kind of in place. So that, oh my goodness, this is very old. I've had it for a while. To hold them in place. And I tried to use these before with my nails, trying to pick it up and put these in between. I did not have success. Everybody was like, you don't have to take it apart. So let me see. Right now is the best time for me to try this because, all right, let's see here. Ah, okay. There we go. So you just sit it on there. I do feel like you got to pick it up a little bit. You can't just slide it in. I feel like you got to pick it up a little bit. And when this is full, trying to pick it up with my nails, I didn't want to break my nails. But yeah, it's pretty simple installation now that I don't have anything in it. And it's not super heavy right now either because I need to water it. It's been empty. It had our black beans in it. By the way, y'all, I shelled the black beans. I got one of the larger jars, basically full. So I was pretty excited about that. Now, do I think I need to grow more next year? Absolutely. Absolutely feel like I need to grow more. Okay, so you clip that on, and then I guess they have directions, y'all. Y'all know how I do though. We're gonna have to use them too. Let's see here. Okay, I got it. I see. I'm picking up what we putting down. And then this, hold up. Yep, okay. Then that clips in. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let me bring you a little bit closer. So it's pretty simple. Right here, you drop this on here like that. Then this, and then there you go. Just like that. Okay, very nice. It works. So that's what I'm gonna do to try to kind of hold my potatoes in place as they start to die back. And I just like the fact that I have space now, so it's not gonna be hitting another green stalk when I turn it and stuff. So I like that. Okay, okay, nice. Very simple installation for sure. And I mean, maybe y'all know how to get it on without having to pick it up, but didn't seem to work for me. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Cool beans. Yep, we're gonna give it a try. I have not been a huge fan of them, but I think it's more because mine were so close to each other that I was just like, this isn't gonna work for me. But we about to find out this fall. Oh, that's why it's doing that. I didn't have it all clipped in together correctly. Okay, okay, cool. So when the potatoes like fall over, they would fall on this. That's what I would imagine. And I could even do the ones at the bottom comes up through this one, put another one, the ones up here comes up through that one. These will have like, they'll just be free falling. I have at least one more of these, I just don't know where they are. Anyway, let us get started, y'all. So this is very loamy, very light, very nice. Like I said, it only grew beans, and beans have a very shallow root. So this is the root of a bean. I just cut them at the base this time, just cause it was easier for me. Sometimes I cut stuff at the base, sometimes I pull it out. Because they have shallow roots, I just figured I could just cut them at the base. So now we're gonna drop some of our fertilizer in. And so I'm just fertilizing each pocket as I normally do. Maybe next spring I'll probably take it down and do the whole thing. Some of them I did do that with, like the green one, I already had it down. The yellow one, I did it that way this year because I already had it down too. But this one I had down earlier today, but I was not gonna do this. I didn't feel like it. So we're gonna drop some rabbit manure in there. If you don't have rabbit manure, you can use like bone meal. Granulated fertilizer for sure can work by itself. But I also wanted to add some organic matter in here. Rabbit manure is organic matter. Also very nutritionally dense. So with that being the case, we're gonna add it in. Worm castings could work. You can do whatever you feel fit to do, whatever you feel like you need to do in your pockets. This is what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna put my hole as deep as I can get it. And I'm not planting it in the pocket. I'm planting like towards the front of the pocket. Let me see, I'm gonna take y'all off of the tripod so you can see. And this is what I did for spring. I had tried it in the pocket before, and it just seemed like it restricted the potato growth. I got much better growth when I planted it towards the front of the pocket. So let me show you. So if you see, my hole is going towards the middle, not straight down in the pocket. And that is where I had my most success. That's how I planted this in the spring. And I'm planting it as deep as I can. Like this one is pretty long, of course. Like I said, I don't prefer this, but this is what we have right now for this season. And I'm going as deep as I can because I'm not healing. I don't heal in my green stalks. I don't heal in my bags. I don't heal at all. But I'm going as deep as I can, and I'm going to drop it down in there. And I'm gonna make sure it goes as deep as it can go. But because it's so long, I'm also gonna try to push it towards the pocket so that when it does come up, it comes up outside of the pocket and not trying to hit the bottom of the upper layer. That's it. That is it, and that is all. That's how I'm planting my potatoes in here. I will come back and put some straw over top of it. Also, I know y'all can hear the quail. I think we have a total of like 4 or 5 male. So you're not hearing just one male. You're hearing between the 4 or 5 of them that is crowing like that. So when people say that quail are quiet, they're quieter than chickens, but they still make noise. And if you have a lot of males, or you know, more than one male, they're all going to crow. And in my experience, they crow all day. So just putting that out there. If you just get females, you shouldn't really have that issue. But if you have males and females, they do make noise. Quieter than chickens, but not 100% quiet. So, all right, we're going to keep moving around this green stalk. And any straw that we have, we're just gonna move it to another pocket. But eventually it's gonna make its way to a pocket that is going to protect. And so most of the bean roots are coming up, and I'm just gonna drop them out of here and then, you know, do our fertilizing and drop our potato in. I'm gonna see if I can find the other one of these so I can go ahead and get that on there too, but we shall see. And I do like maybe 2 small handfuls of the granulated fertilizer, just because, like I always say, in containers, the only nutrients they're getting is what you give it. And granulated fertilizer breaks down over time. So this isn't all going to be available, or any of it right now, for the plant. I'll go through with a liquid soluble fertilizer. I've used rabbit manure in green stalks before. Works just fine. And I'm just happy to have it, honestly. I've always heard people talk about rabbit manure, and I think that it really is helping my garden. I do have meal grinds. I decided not to do it today just because there's gonna be a plant in here and it's not gonna have time to break down. And meal grinds do heat up. When I say plant, it's gonna be a potato in here. They do heat up, and so with that being the case, I just decided not to use it this time. Oh, potato. And so a lot of my potatoes only have one sprout, so that's a plus, and they're really tiny potatoes. So if we get anything out of here, it's gonna be great because they're already small potatoes, so I'm pretty sure we will. I never really have a lot of success in fall planting potatoes, but I am not willing to give up. So that's why we're still planting again, y'all. And I am happy to see what happens. I like to continue to try things even if I don't get it the first time, or the first 5 times for that matter, which is why we're still growing watermelon. I always want to try. And yes, this is on the same level, same tier, and I still fertilize each pocket the same amount. Do 1 handful of rabbit manure. If you're new here, I have 2 rabbits inside that we raise for manure. At this point, it's only for manure, and they are my daughter's pets. So I do try to make sure the manure is covered so it can start to break down, especially in the green stalk. And then just dig a deep hole towards the middle. And I will come through with a all-purpose liquid fertilizer and fertilize these 2. I think that's why I had so much success in the green stalks early spring. Now, if you have a potato that has more than 1 sprout on it like this, you can cut it in half, and then that way you can have 2 seed potatoes. So that's what I'm gonna do here, and hopefully I don't break it. Yep, see, just like that. Now you basically have 2 seed potatoes. So I'm gonna drop this one down here. Now they do say you should let this scab over. I don't do that. If you're new here, I will have to explain that I do not follow the rules most of the time. And one of these might rot. Rotting is one reason, disease is the other reason. I haven't really seen a lot of disease. We had a little bit of scab in the spring, but nothing too bad, nothing to write home about. And so for me, I will cut them while I'm out here. If I happen to remember to do it early, I will. Most times I do not. So just putting that out there. But you can leave it for a day, let it scab over, and then that way you can have a lower chance of having a potato rot or having a disease on your potatoes when you harvest them. But for me, I don't worry about that. All right, so we're gonna do this tier, and then we're gonna move on to the carrots, because once you've seen me plant one, you've seen me plant them all. There is a little bit of hay in the rabbit manure. I haven't found that to be a problem either. Hay is organic matter, so it will break down. Now, might that hay have some weeds in it? It's quite possible that it might. So does straw. They both have weed seeds in them. They say straw has less weed seeds, but it still has weed seeds, y'all. And for me, I just pick the weeds as they grow early on. They come out really easy, and it's not a big deal to me. And drop that one in here. I was very happy to see that these potatoes made it up until the fall, basically, because sometimes they will rot in the house too. So these have been in the house down in the homestead room since we planted out for spring, which was in what, like March, February or March, I can't remember. But they were in a dark place. So that is one thing that I think saved me. They were in a dark place, so when they started sprouting, they didn't actually rot out. So happy about that. And so what I did in the spring is I fertilized every week when it wasn't hot, like before it got really hot. I fertilized every week with a liquid fertilizer. After a while, I stopped because it got hot. I don't know the last time I fertilized anything in this garden, if I could be honest. These green stalks or the main garden is hot, and I fertilize by hand. Well, I mean, I guess everybody fertilizes by hand. Whether you do it, you know, with a watering can or a sprayer, I guess everybody fertilizes by hand. Too hot for that though. It's a no for me. Whatever we get, we get. I'm not gonna be out here in the heat like that, fertilizing. And then they say that the plant don't pick up the fertilizer anyway when it's too hot. So I don't know, push that down as far as it can go. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, if it was too hot for it forward. It's honestly too hot for this now, but I'm very late. Well, not very late, but I wanted to get these in at the end of July, and I didn't get around to it. It was too much going on. At the end of July, my daughter started back school, the chicken situation, just a lot of stuff was going on. So I think early August is fine. I think I was normally doing it like late August, the same time that I planted out my vegetables, and I think that was the problem. I think that was some of the problem. We about to find out because we trying this again, just in green stalks this time. Oh, did I say bone meal is a good option to put in here if you're doing potatoes? Potatoes don't need a lot of nitrogen. They're a root crop. Most root crops don't need a lot of nitrogen. So bone meal is a good option when you're planting potatoes too. Uh-oh, I'm knocking some of my soil out. We don't love that. We don't love that. All right, see if we can find one. Yeah, we'll take that one. Drop it down in there. I think we have enough to do 2 green stalks like I said I wanted to do. So that's exciting. So at this point, we have 1 tier that's been planted out. I'm gonna do the rest of them off camera, but I just wanted you to see what I do. Well, not what I do, what I did in spring that worked. So that was spring was my first time having a really good harvest in the green stalk. So we're gonna see if I can do that again. I'm gonna see if I can do that again. Let's go plant some carrots, y'all. All right, so we already fertilized this one, so we don't need to do that. Well, amended this one, so we don't need to do that. We just need to really plant these seeds. And carrot seeds are pretty simple to plant. You just gotta make sure you keep the soil moist for them to actually germinate. All right, so I don't know why I brought that bag with me. I got my water, y'all. I'm on my 3rd one today. Pretty proud of myself. I also had it on the ground over there. Thankfully, the top is covered because it's hot out here too. I'm sweating. I'm sure y'all can see that. All right, so we're only planting carrots in the 10-inch pockets. The pockets above it are the 7-inch pockets. They have strawberries in them already, so we won't be planting those. So we're gonna do everything in the 10-inch pockets. And I've seen green stalk grow carrots successfully in here. I planted them last year, but then I pulled them too early. So with that being the case, I'm going to attempt not to pull them early this year and just let them do what they do. So I'm going to kind of like fluff this soil a little bit. Like I said, already amended it, so we're good there. I can still see some of the rabbit manure. So we have a total of what? 6 on each row, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see, is that right? Girl, why you got so many? Anyway, these came with a Haas order, and so it was a free seed. It's a purple elite. So I added that because you know I love purple. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have done 1 in each pocket all the way around for each, but I added these in. So I gotta figure out if there's something I don't care. Oh, no. All right, we're good. These are the same. Essentially, they're both from Botanical Interest. One came from Greenstock in a collaboration with Botanical Interest, and one is from Botanical Interest, but they're both little fingers. So, yay. All right, we're going to, darn it, should have brought some labels, y'all. Should have brought some labels. That's unfortunate. You know what? I don't think it matters. I don't think I care that much. Anyway, let me bring y'all a little bit closer. Someone asked me to show planting carrots. So let me bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so carrots, you can just kind of fluff the soil. And I'm trying to make sure the rabbit manure is pushed down so that it's not at the top. But you can kind of just fluff the soil. Carrots are very small seeds, so I'm gonna have to come back through and thin. But what I'm gonna do is just kind of drop some in here, but I'm trying not to drop too many just because we're not gonna keep no more than what, 2 or 3 in here together, maybe 4 at the most. But I wanna make sure I get some germination. So I'm just dropping them. Just a little bit, and then I'm gonna fluff the soil up just like that, right? Not too much. Basically surface sow and fluff the soil. After this, I have to make sure the soil stays moist. I can, because I've done this before too, just put a little bit of straw. That could help a little bit, but you don't want to do too much because you want to make sure your seedlings can come through. But you can do a little bit of straw too. That can help a little bit with moisture retention. It's not going to be a lot. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do to plant these carrot seeds in here. Carrot seeds can take a while to germinate. So I'm going to give them some time, but I'm also going to make sure that I come out here and I spray them. I'm probably going to use the mist setting. Good thing is this green stalk is right beside the hose link hose reel. So I don't have to go too far to get the hose. I could just kind of pull it out a little bit and spray the soil to make sure that it's moist. That's my plan back here. I can't say that I did that on purpose, but I am glad that this one was here. This is where it landed when I did all of my moving. And y'all, I'm really, really loving the new setup. I do feel like it was a good idea to take the orchard out. All right, so I'm dropping between, like, I'm gonna say probably 6 and 7 in here, just to make sure we get some germination. But that's all I'm gonna do. They're very small seeds, like I said, so you don't want them too deep. Those were the purple elite carrot. Oh, the first ones we did was little finger. Now we're gonna do the scarlet nantus. Probably not how you say it. Y'all see these little pieces of grass it looks like I'm pulling out? That's the weeds from the straw. But you see how easy they came out? If you get them early, you don't have to really worry about it. If you let it go too far, you're gonna have to pull actual grass out your green stalk, I would imagine. I never let mine go far enough for that. You can also, you know, if you have the ability to like cut pieces of cardboard, you can do that too. I've gotten my seeds to germinate nicely with cardboard and other places, not in the green stalk. So if you wanted to take that time, I do not want to take that time to try to cut something in the shape of your green stalk pocket. Yeah. But if you're doing it in a garden bed, cardboard works. An actual piece of wood works. I've never done that either. I pretty much always did cardboard, I think, and it worked. But also just keeping the soil moist, that will also work, which is basically what I'm doing, and adding a little bit of straw. So we're gonna do the Chantenay red cord. And this one, I think my son got me these. Y'all, I love seeds as a gift. I don't care what holiday it is, birthday, Christmas, I don't even care, Valentine's Day. Girl, no. I'm gonna put some over here, but I'm definitely gonna have to thin. A lot more fell out than I expected. And I'm sure they have tools that can help me with this. Oh, we're not gonna be out here too much longer. The mosquitoes have found me again. We're not gonna be out here too much longer, but yeah, any holiday, baby, I love some seeds. Drop some of that in there. Any of this straw that we have left, I will put into a 10-20 tray to use later. I'd never get rid of my straw unless, you know, it breaks down on its own. But if I happen to have extra straw for whatever reason, like this situation, I just put it into a 10-20 tray or a box. I think there's also a box on the porch where I save it, because straw is always useful in the garden. And there's no need to get rid of it just because you don't need it in the space that you had it in. So I'm not going to put anything on these to trellis them. I don't think that they need it. But if they do, I'll show you which one I would plan to use if they did. But carrots kind of stand up on their own pretty easily. Oh, these are the rainbow mix. So those should be pretty. We're going to mix them in and drop some straw over top of them. All right. And then the last one is gonna be the cosmic purple. So we got 2 purples in here. I like purple. I'm gonna always buy some purple, and I'm always gonna plant something that's purple. If they got a purple variety, I'm gonna plant it. Somebody had asked me, did I notice bugs coming to the lemon green stalk more than the rest of them? I don't know. At a point, I definitely had a lot of nets, but the nets were also around my lilac one. So they started out at the lilac one. So I can't say that it's the lemon one or not. I do have a decent amount of nets and flying things around it though. All right. And just like that, we have planted a layer of carrots. And I'm happy about that. Very, very happy to have that done. Although we still got 2 more layers and we still got to plant the rest of the potatoes. But the sun is coming out. With that being the case, the sun is out, the mosquitoes are out too. I did some harvesting this morning. I harvested all of the herbs. The herb green stalk both of them got a really big haircut today, because now that I have done pretty much all of my tomatoes, everything else, I made cucumbers this weekend, all of that, I posted reels. I'm just gonna go ahead and focus on the herbs too, because if you don't cut your herbs, they become woody. Mine were starting to become woody. I may have killed a few. We shall see. If I did, it's not a big deal. My plan for the winter is to start herbs to finish filling in those green stalks anyway. So if I did, it's not a big deal. I'll just start some in the winter to put in there. So I think that's gonna be the video, and I think that is a short video today. But if you were wondering how I plant my potatoes, how I plant my carrots, now like I said, carrots definitely got them to germinate, definitely got them to start growing. Didn't get a great harvest because I'm pretty sure I harvested them too early, which is not a big deal. And if you know me like I think you know me, you know letting for me, letting a root vegetable do what it need to do is not my strong suit, baby, because I want to know what is happening under that soil. But at any rate, I think that this is going to work. I think it's going to be fine. I also think now that I have so many places to plant in the garden, I don't really have time to be digging up stuff and trying to figure out stuff, because I'm always working on something. So that's a plus too. So like I said, all carrots. The other one is going to be full of potatoes. I moved. Oh, let me show you some of the stuff I did this morning. It's not a lot of stuff, but I did get some stuff done this morning. I'm going to show y'all that, and then we going in the house, because baby, long sleeve shirt, long pants, which is just called pants. I don't know why I keep saying that. And the sun, it's right warm out here. Okay, so I did a little bit of work this morning before I went in the house. One of the things I did, you might have noticed, or you might not have, that I moved the evergreen green stalk. I just didn't like them being close. My whole thing was like, I want them to have their own space so things aren't breaking. So I moved that into the Bootstrap Farmer greenhouse. So now we got 2 green stalks in the back. I decided that I don't really need a sitting area in here. Now that I'm going to have a nice size greenhouse where I start seeds, that can also be where I sit. And I don't really have a sitting area in the quick tent greenhouse anymore either. So we're gonna use the seed starting greenhouse as a sitting space, and we're gonna use all of these spaces as just straight up growing spaces. I harvested these this morning. I completely missed that one. That's a shishito pepper. Also, I came through this morning, put this soil back over here. We're not gonna get nothing. Brooklyn loves this space, so we're not gonna get nothing right here. It's fine. I didn't pull the tomatoes out because you never know what could happen, but Brooklyn really loves this space. Oh, also, if you remember, the pink blossom was over here, but now we have it set up the way that I wanted. I don't know why I didn't see that in the first place. Having the blackberry, raspberry, which are my favorite colors. They're going to surround the greenhouse if ever I get this greenhouse up, y'all. And like I said, the seedlings doing amazing. Like, I'm very happy. I really would like them to be inside though. This is the next green stalk we're probably going to tackle. We're gonna get all of this stuff out. Nothing's really growing in here. You know, you have greenery, but nothing is growing that can be harvested, if that makes sense. But look at that. Look at that, y'all. This is the Big Bertha growing in the green stalk. That looks absolutely amazing. It looks amazing. Little bee still enjoying the flowers. The flower one will be coming out soon too, getting cleared soon too. There go another bee on that, whoa, he wants me, but I don't want him. On that sunflower. Hope y'all can see it. The bees are absolutely loving the flowers and stuff. I, however, am ready to move on to fall. Not that we're not gonna have flowers in fall. I'm just ready to move on and pull this kind of stuff out. Ain't too much going on in here. Of course, like I said, the beans, we letting them stay. I need to harvest this green stalk. I did not think about that this morning. It's got peppers on it. It's got eggplant on it. It's got basil in there. I need to harvest that green stalk. We're gonna get to these tomatoes this week, pull those out. And the ones over there, we're gonna pull those out. Also, guess what, y'all? We have our first cucumber down here in these bags. Now, it don't look great. It don't look great. And I think we got some kind of animal, probably a, I don't know, something boring down into this cucumber too. But yeah, we got a bunch of cucumbers growing on here. And I harvested some yesterday so that I could make my pickles. But we got new ones coming already, y'all. So yeah, pretty exciting. Look at that. These Haas cucumbers did amazingly. I haven't pulled this elderberry out just yet because the tomatoes are kind of using that as a way to lay over. Once those tomatoes finish, once I'm like, okay, we're done here, I'm gonna pull all of that stuff out. Came through this morning, cleaned them up. I gotta find another way to do some kind of greenery in here for them because I have run out of trees to cut. It's okay, but yeah, we got them taken care of today too. We still have 2 green stalks to level. They're over in the chicken area, the black and the gray, peppercorn and black that we need to do. I'm gonna cut these sunflowers out at some point this week too. I'm gonna try to keep the seeds. I know you can eat the heads of the sunflowers. I'm probably not gonna do that. But I'm gonna try to keep the seeds. I don't know, replant them, maybe try to dry them to eat. Not 100% sure. But that's what the garden is looking like. Those are the things that we made changes on. Oh, I didn't show y'all the the herb green stalks. They look like, girl, you got a haircut. Look. They look bare. They look bare, right? So this is what I'm telling you. You don't harvest them, they turn very woody. And like I said, it's quite possible that I killed some of them because I cut them like really, really deep, very hard. If that's the case, it's all right. This is time. I'll just replant. But also the sage was starting to look the exact same way. And I did not harvest the rosemary. I'm just letting that grow some more. Didn't harvest that, but yeah, look at that. This is the calendula. I did not pull the plant, I cut the plant. It's growing back. But they both got a really big haircut. So we'll see if they grow back in the next few weeks. We will see. But anyway, that's the video for today. Hope that you enjoyed it. When we come back later on this week, we are going to be pulling things and getting ready for fall, because reality is I really want to plan out mid-August, early September at the latest. I need to start pulling things. So the block beds probably definitely getting ready to get pulled. Hopefully I can get the beds soon, get them set up, be ready to plant for fall, because you know that's where my broccoli is going. If for whatever reason I can't get that done, broccoli going in these green stalks. But I doubt that's going to be the issue, because I honestly could just wait until spring to set the beds up. But I really would like to do it now. Anyway, I'm also going to do the garden in review, the summer garden in review video. Never got that re-recorded. So we're going to do that this week too. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.